up on Auntie at Trap Trees. Roll up a blunt and come eat with me. We wanna honor and uplift you, based on the hustle that you do. Come on and treat with us, infused wings and cake joys, waffle and cheesecakes, brownies and crispies. Come on and trap with me. Late night trapping with Auntie. Come on and pull up at Trap Trees. Late night trapping with Auntie. Come on and pull up at Trap Trees. Come on and Trap Trees. Late night trapping with Auntie. Kween Kalanii presents Trap Trees. Trap Trees. Trap Trees. Trap Trees.
What up, though?
Hey.
You got Late Night Trapping with Auntie, and I have my guest. My first guest is Don from CC.
See?
C.
Okay. Cannabis Cooperatives.
Yes. So, tonight I made Don some pepper steak and some rice, and we had a salad, and we had some chicken stuffed peppers. Mm-hmm. And
our signature drink.
And our signature drink.
Trap Rancher.
Everything is great.
Yes.
Everything is great as usual. Definitely.
Okay. So my first question to you is, if you could have an infused dinner with 3 people, dead or alive, who would they be and why?
3 people, dead or alive. I would say, that's a good question right there. It's an excellent question, actually. Dead or alive, 3 people. I probably would say Malcolm X, because I want to pick his brain and just to see what he thought about things right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think a lot of that, a lot of my philosophies come from the Nation of Islam kind of core thinking. You know what I mean? So he obviously is a big influence on me as far as the way that I think. So him, I would love to speak with. Probably Bob Marley too. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
The great Bob Marley. It's all wisdom. It's all wisdom.
Absolutely.
I would say Rick James, but I actually attended a birthday party with Rick James and from my hometown when I was like my homegirl Sweet 16 party. Rick James was there, so I got a chance to meet Rick James. So, see the third person.
I love Rick James, man.
You love Rick James. I love you some Rick James. Third person would probably be. Probably Halle Berry because you know why? Because she's fine, she's accomplished, but for some reason she don't got no man. So I gotta see if she crazy or if
what
we
the
can
deal is, right?
You know what I'm saying? I gotta see for myself. You know what I mean? But yeah, those are probably 3 people I would like to just sit back and kick it with. You know what I mean? Just because I like different perspectives.
Okay,
that's cool.
Mm-hmm. All right. Cool. And my next question is, how were you when you first started getting high?
I was
in your experience?
16. I was 16 years old. I was more of a I was an athlete, you know what I mean? My parents trained me, sent me to summer camps and all that type of stuff to be a little basketball player or whatever, and I did all that stuff. I was pretty good at it, but once I started smoking weed, I was like, weed and girls, I'm good. You know what I mean? I'll play basketball in my spare time. So 16, and I've basically been nonstop, except for so a couple of times when I had to join the Army. I got myself in some trouble at some points in time in my life, and we'll talk about that obviously. But other than that, it's been nonstop. Every 2 hours, it has to happen. It has to happen every 2 hours.
To keep you in the game. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. Well, tell people about your business and what you do, and he's very knowledgeable, and what's going on you for the future.
Okay, let's start at the beginning. I was in Buffalo. That's where I'm from, and I got
New York,
Buffalo, New York. Yeah.
Okay.
I was a bill collector for a long time. That was my profession. Actually, that's basically what I do. I'm a bill collector. I'm what I do is I help collection agencies get started through consulting, things like that. Mm-hmm. Hardware, locations, software, networking. They need to purchase paper, which is accounts. I help them with that. So basically, I'm a one-stop shop.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Depending upon the size of the operation, what I do is, I charge them accordingly. In addition, I realized when I came to Atlanta that it was a great town for weed. That everybody had fire. When I first came down here, it was fire. You know what I mean? And, you know what I mean?
Right.
The dro and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So I actually had the pleasure. Had the luck of meeting a guy who had some exotics. My guy Jimmy, way back in like 2000, maybe 2002, I would say. So I really got turned on to some really good weed. And like I said, I smoke all the time, so I constantly been smoking. And eventually, we get to a point where about 3 years ago, and I was doing a project for a client, and like I said, I smoke every 2 hours, and I went to my guy, and he gave me some weed, and it was in a plastic thing, and I smoked it, and my ass was stuck. I was stuck. I couldn't do nothing. Like
What
it was some indica. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So I really, I was stuck. I was non-productive. It made me lose time, but I enjoyed it.
Thanks.
And I still enjoyed it because it was good weed. It just was the wrong time for it. So what I did is I sat back and I thought, because I think my strongest trait is creative problem solving. So I said, how do I solve this problem? Because I like to smoke weed, and I'm sure people run into this too, where they smoke some weed and they're like, damn, I'm not feeling the way I want to feel. I'm too high, or I'm not high enough, or whatever the case may be. So I did a little bit of research, and I realized that marijuana was broken down into 3 basic categories. The first category is indicas. There was in the couch. It's an easy synonym to remember for that. And what it basically does is relaxes you. It's good for PTSD, for muscles, for muscle pain, for depression, things like that. It's kind of more of a calming thing, you know what I mean? Then you have the hybrids, then you have the sativas, which are more hyper, more psychological. And those are the things that get you paranoid when people are like, oh my God, I'm seeing, I'm itching and so on and so forth. Because it's a sativa, and it hits your receptacles a completely different way.
Right.
All right? And then there's a hybrid, which is a combination of the two. So you have those 3 different types of weed, and based upon what you smoke is going to give you the desired effect, because it's a medicine. We all know it's natural. Obviously, it's been man-made and altered to a certain extent, but for the most part, it's still a plant. And so what I decided to do is I said, you know what Atlanta needs, as opposed to, and I don't, and I'm all with the hustle. I'm with anybody trying to make money, doing whatever they got to do, as long as they're not hurting anybody or taking advantage of anybody. That's really the way I feel about everything. You know what I mean? So what I did is I thought of a way to change Atlanta. So I said, you know what? I'm going to change Atlanta to a bag town. And so what I did is I got with my graphic artist, who was Asha, who was up here before.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she was up here before.
Yeah.
She, what is she?
She does the jewelry.
Yeah, she does it. Yeah, she does that. That's a piece of that's one of her pieces.
This is her jewelry.
Exactly.
I love her.
Ash Boogie. So I was up here with her, and she's actually my graphic designer. Has been my graphic designer for all of my entrepreneurial projects.
Okay.
And so I told her what I wanted to do. I gave her a concept, and she put together my brand: the 404 Sativa, the 678 Hybrid, the 770 Indica. And then I do a lot of traveling to California and Vegas and places like that. So what we did is we made sure we had the proper packaging. Obviously there's trial and error and different sizes and different color schemes that you want to make sure that you give the desired effect. You have to change it because Atlanta isn't used to it. So I had to change certain things with my bags. Like I couldn't put the big symbols on the back of the bags because people weren't used to it. They want to see exactly what am I getting. You can you know what I mean. So there's little things like that you use to tweak it. And I'm marketing my clientele is great. I only market to certain people, a certain type of person. I'm fair and equitable with the people that I deal with, and it works. And I think that by establishing a brand, what happens is when it does become legal, because right now it's decriminalized, and we only deal with areas that are decriminalized where we can't get ourselves or our clients in any type of trouble.
Absolutely.
But when it is completely decriminalized, we're already going to have a brand in effect, so that people are going to recognize, oh, you know what? I was in Atlanta, I saw the 678, or I smoked the 770, and that 404 was banging, you know. Right. So we're going to have that recognition. And us being black people, we don't want to be left out of that.
Absolutely.
So, you know, that's my whole intent behind it.
Wow, that's amazing. So how can people get in touch with you?
Well,
yeah, can they?
Yeah, they can definitely get in contact with me. All they have to do, I'm going to make it real simple. Just hit hashtag 404 Sativa on Instagram. It instantly brings up any of my posts that has to do with anything. You can inbox me, and we can take the discussion from there. Obviously, you know, there's, like I said, you know, we're dealing in kind of a gray area. Yeah. So we have to be careful of who we deal with and where we deal. Absolutely. And where we deal with that. You know, so. You know, it's a situation where, like I said, you know, I don't want to see us X'd out of the revolution and X'd out of this opportunity to have generational wealth that was taken from us with sugar.
I received that
cotton,
one.
Tobacco, all these things were taken away from us, and we were the primary not only producers but also consumers of these goods. So you know, I'm not going to be X'd out by some suits who 5 years ago would have locked me up for the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right. On today.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So.
Understood. Besides your strain, what did you bring for us today?
This is actually some Venom OG, which is a hybrid. Right now we're smoking on. This is what is this? This is Jamaican Dream.
I just been smoking this shit.
This is Jamaican.
I'm feeling good.
I'm between the drinks, the food, and the Jamaican Dream. This is what this is. The Jamaican Dream. It's I'm glad this interview isn't 2 hours long. Put it that way. Obviously, over here, but no, this is Jamaican Dream. It's a sativa. And like I said, with sativas, they hit you kind of hard. They kind of knock you off your kind of base for a minute. But once you get settled into it, it kind of just keeps you up. So it's a
That's exactly what my high just did.
Kept you up.
Yeah. I mean, the exact same way that he explained it. Exactly what he
did. It disorientates you for a second, but then it takes you a different place.
Yeah, it
you
does.
know what I mean?
You take a good whiff.
Yeah, it does.
And then you got the indicas, which are going to disorientate you and take you. You know,
like just chill.
Yeah, just chill.
You know, because I like that. I like hybrids, and I like to chill too. I like OGs.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, I'm old.
So you would like this then?
Yeah.
You would like this Venom OG?
Yeah.
Actually, you take that as free.
Oh, thank you.
No problem. Man. That's something different. You'll enjoy that. Yeah, you'll enjoy that.
Absolutely.
What's going on over there? They having a rumble. But anyway, we're going to take a little commercial break, and we're going to be right back with our second guest, so stay tuned. You're not leaving.
I'm not leaving.
So, we're going to have somebody else come on. My little, Lizzie. I think, did I just say the name right? Lizzie from Jersey. Newark. From Jersey, Newark. He going to be next, so give me 5. I'll be back in 2 and 2. Surely. Stay woke.